Hey football fans, my name is Radha and this video is for you, so I suggest you stick around. We're going to be talking about the Indian Women's League. So we're going to talk more about the qualification process and the teams playing in this tournament because it really isn't very clear. Now this is the 5th edition of this Indian Women's League and it's going to be featuring 12 teams. Now, I don't think you know how these teams are selected because I don't know either, and it seems like the AIFF or the All India Football Federation doesn't have a clue either. I mean, you'd associate transparency with water or with glass, but not with the All India Football Federation, which seems to be running the ship. How these 12 teams are being allocated into this final round, nobody knows. We've asked a lot of questions and received no answers from the AIFF. It seems like they don't know either, because some teams win their state leagues and are provided direct entry into the final round, whereas some teams have to fight it out in a qualification round, and there is no transparency on which team is selected and which team has to fight it out. There seems to be no standard practice taking place, and it really pains me to say this, but nobody seems to know what they're doing. Here's a few examples to help you understand what I'm talking about. So let's take the Indira Gandhi Academy of Sports and Education. This team, it's got a big name, but they also play a big game because this team has won the Pondicherry State Women's League. They've won all their 10 games, conceded 0 goals and scored a whopping 39. You'd think that this team would be selected directly into the final round, but no, they have to fight it out in a qualification round to actually book a spot at the final round of the Indian Women's League. Sethu FC, which is the winner of the Tamil Nadu Women's League, will also be fighting it out in the qualification round. So it seems like teams that are winning their state leagues are having to still qualify into the final round, which is a bit shocking if you think about it. Now on the other hand, Sirvodam SC from Goa have booked direct entry into the final round, having topped their state's league, winning 7 out of 8 matches. Karnataka's Kickstart FC has done the very same and booked direct entry into the tournament. It's unclear how some teams winning their state league are having to fight it out in qualification, whereas other teams winning other states' leagues have been provided direct entry. And this is the transparency we're talking about. Why one state is being preferred over the other, it's not clear, and really it shouldn't be happening. Even if they were giving us a reason, I don't think there is any reason that kind of justifies why one state's team would be preferred over another. So there are a lot of questions and still no answers, and that really puts a lot of doubts in the minds of Indian football followers, Indian football fans, and fans of the women's game as well. Another strange example here is Kripsa FC, a team that did not even participate in its state's league but has been provided a spot at the playoffs to fight it out to make it to the final round of the Indian Women's League. Two clubs from Kerala, a state that did not even organize a women's tournament, citing impacts of COVID-19 as a reason. Two of those teams have also been provided spots at the qualification. So you have teams from states that did not even conduct a state league, and you have teams from states who have conducted a state league, they have topped that league, and they both are fighting it out in qualification. I'm sure you can see the disparity here and why us fans have so many questions. Personally, I think the equation is pretty simple, right? You have 16 states that conducted tournaments. Take the winners from those 16 states and put them in the final round. And you have a final round of the Indian Women's League with 16 champion teams from every state. I just can't seem to wrap my head around why 8 teams have been provided direct entry to the final round, whereas other 8 teams are being put into the playoffs. It just doesn't seem to make any sense. 16 teams in the final round means more players, more matches, more competition, and surely a bigger pool to pick your talent from, isn't it? 2022 is a massive year for Indian women's football. We're going to be hosting 2 massive tournaments, the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup and the AFC Women's Championship. Now these 2 tournaments come once in a lifetime for any country, and for India, we would likely not be qualifying for these tournaments if not for hosts. So this is our chance to actually get talent pool, make a great team, and fight it out at the world stage in our own backyard. To have a successful team and a successful run in these big championships, we're going to need AIFF, our federation, to take this seriously. We're going to need them to take Indian women's football seriously and pick a good set of players to represent us. But those players can only be spotted when they get game time, when they get viewership, telecasting, sponsorship, and just eyeballs on their game. So AIFF, I urge you to give us some answers. Tell us why these selections have been the way they have. why states are being given preferences, and what is the exact rationale between picking 8 teams for playoff and 8 teams for direct entry. We'll be sharing updates on where the broadcast is going to be and where you can watch the match live. Until then, keep supporting football, keep supporting Indian football, and we'll see you next time. Let's go, India!